Today, I'm going to try and remove the windscreen from this Caddy without breaking it. Let's do it. So before I try and get that windscreen out, I'm going to get the wheels back on it and drop it on the floor, just to make it a little bit easier height-wise. So I'm just going to bolt everything up loosely because it will all come off again for stone chip. Obviously in the cab there, obviously that's just still in primer. So what I want to do is do all the seam sealer, do all the stone chip, everything like that in one hit. So, but for now, yeah, we're just gonna get it back on its wheels, which is quite exciting. It's been up in the air for months really. So like I say, just gonna loosely bolt everything up, get it on its wheels and get that windscreen out. Well, this is a good test of my welds because I've actually got this jacked up on that wishbone mount. Oh, crikey. It's not very controllable, this jack. Back on its wheels. Look at that. I forgot how low this thing was. But it can still go lower. I forgot to mention, the reason I'm actually taking this out is because we're rotten all the way along there. So I need to pop the windscreen out to just to see how bad this, oh, where did that go? Just to see how bad this actually is. So we'll pop the wipers off and I'll give you a little look. I've only ever taken one screen out before and I broke it, which was out of a scrap E21. I only bought the car for the windscreen. The only other one I took out was my other E21. I had the captain helping me on that. That one didn't break. It's just getting it started, which is easier said than done. And just like that, I cracked it. Oh my God. I barely even put any weight on that. Let's have to give you a little look. I was literally just in there, holding the seal down and just putting a little bit of pressure on it to get it started, and the damn screen cracked. How annoying. Well, I guess doesn't matter how I get it out now.
2,000 years later.
Right, okay, the windscreen is out. That was still a mission, even with it being broken, but I'm going to hoover up these little shards of glass just so I don't cut myself. Along the top, doesn't look too bad. I think I'll get the paint off of this and it might just be a case of a bit of treatment on there. Let me show you along the scuttle. That is bad. Got a little bit to do there, and then I came to this. Oh, quite the hole there. Another little hole there. Again, moving up. It's not terrible, but it's that bothers me. So I'm thinking the grown-up thing to do is to now take the dash out as well. I can't really weld right there without setting fire to the dash, so it escalates as always. Let's get this dash out and get this cleaned up and have a proper look. So the dash is out. I couldn't really film any of that as yeah, I was kind of underneath and unplugging wires. But yeah, we can see the extent of the hole now. I can get a scuttle for this. They're not that expensive, but I think I can just make these bits, make a section to go in there. Like I said before, it is a budget build, so yeah, I think we'll have a go at making them. But first, I'm going to nip along the top there with the paint removal, just to see if that can be saved with a bit of treatment or not. Let's have a little go. think I can get away with just treatment on there. It is pitted. I could go a bit further with that paint removal disc because that actually removes rust as well, but you know, you can see the pitting there. But you know, I've had a good old stab at that with a screwdriver and it's not going through. So I think we're alright. There's a hell of a dent there. I don't know if the camera picks it up. All the filler around there, oh my god, loads of filler in it. So yeah, I think the next thing I'll do is I'll just run around this edge with the finger sander just to check, make sure there's no holes there. Then I'll run around that with the finger sander, and we'll start looking to get a bit of welding done. Okay, treatment's on, so that's all taken effect. Converting that back to metal. I've got one little hole. Where is it? There it is, right by that big dent. So I've kind of marked it out where I want to cut it out, which actually will take out a bit of that dent. I'm not overly confident about welding on that roof skin, to be honest, but it's full of filler anyway, so I'm sure a bit more is not going to do any harm. Right, okay, I'm ready to start attacking this. I have actually cheated, and I've actually bought a full new scuttle. Ta-da! The reason being, in that big hole, the rust is starting to creep round a bit on that front edge. I'll give you a quick look and explain why I'm cheating. So it's this section here. Yeah, that rust is creeping round there. So I think by the time I cut all that out and, you know, welded across there, risk of warping it, whatever, you know, I've got that one to do. All this lip here is gone, and round here. So I think it's just easier to put the scuttle in. Doesn't look too bad. It's obviously spot welded along that lip. It's maybe welded there, and this little tab here, which is there, is welded. Obviously you can see I got some treatment on there because it was a little bit grotty there. But obviously if I put that in, that takes all that out. It's where to join it really. I don't really want to use that section. So I'm thinking, yeah, maybe split it across there or across here, something like that. I think is the best way. So now is the boring task of drilling out all the spot welds. So I'm just working along that lip there, drilling out the spot welds, being very careful not to go through the inner lip, but it does happen from time to time. So yeah, slow and steady wins the race, drilling them out. And then, yeah, going along with a hammer and chisel, just trying to split that seam, split those spot welds. Some of them had to drill out a little bit more, but ho-hum, it's not the end of the world. This side is almost there, so combination of drilling spot welds and grinding a couple of them out. Can get to it from the bonnet, and I'm too lazy to take the bonnet off at the moment. I think that's where I'm going to cut. Am I doing the right thing? I don't know. I don't know at all. I mean, this section here, that's the only bit that's going to be visible. So, warpage on that bit will be very minimal. It'll skim a filler across it, will be fine. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this side. And then we just got to do all this on the other side. Let's have a go. Right, okay, I think I've got all the spot welds. I've sliced down here both sides, so I think this should come out. Oh yeah, it's very loose. Yes. Just have to open the bonnet. Maybe it comes out that way then. It's definitely loose. One scuttle, get in. I think that was the right call. We look at the back edge of it. Started going round there. That's just surface rust, but I mean, yeah, it's kind of signs of rust all round there. It has started creeping. The only thing is with this is I've got my replacement here, look, with these lovely little holes which you would assume is for your wiper blades, but when you put them next to each other, That's actually those bits that are blanked on the old one. So I guess it's a left-hand drive scuttle, but I'm gonna have to put my own holes into that for the wipers. So measuring will have to be on point there. But yeah, awesome. Scuttle's out. Let's have a look at the damage behind it. Overall, not too bad. So this edge should clean up. Might be a couple of bits that I've just got to cut out and redo. Obviously, the worst bit is this bit in the centre. It's creaked right back underneath it. So we'll chop that bit out and just make that again. Yeah, I mean, probably cut that lip off to, back there to good metal. That side is pretty good. Here, we just got a bit of surface rust. Nothing major. I did put some treatment on this bit the other day. It's not a hole, and it's not wheat, but it just looked a little bit crusty. In general, yeah. Prep this lip, weld a bit in there. Let's get this scuttle in. Right, I got that lip all repaired, so I'm going to blast a bit of weld through over that, ready for that scuttle to go on. So I've done a repair. Where is it? There. A little new section in there. I didn't fully grind it back at the back because there's no point. And then that bit in the middle, that was a bit of a job making that with the different curves and everything on it, but that's all good to go. So let's get the scuttle in. Right, okay, it's going well. So well, in fact, that I cut the scuttle in, started welding, and totally forgot to record anything. So I'm just going along, getting the plug welds in along that lip. I've only kind of gone across the centre there because what I want to do, while I've still got a bit of movement, just get these sides lined up. I've kind of left it a little bit long, so I'm just going to have a little mess about, play with that, and we'll show you the results in a minute. My scuttle is welded in. Got that all ground back. I thought these were going to be a bit of a nightmare, but that's come out all right. All around there, got it plug welded into there. So yeah, that's looking pretty sweet, really. Just take you around this side. So yeah. It's all come out all right, actually. So the only thing to do now to kind of finish this area is that. So I cut it out. Will I film it? I don't know. It's just a little box. I've got to get some heat putty, I think, to put round there to try and stop that warping. As you can see, there was a big old dent, so I've got to try and pull that out a bit. But as it stands, that windscreen aperture, apart from that top bit, is done. So I'm really pleased with how that's come out. So I think that concludes this video. Like I say, I'm waiting for some heat putty to turn up for that bit. I'll show you it once it's done. But yeah, if you did enjoy the video, please hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button. Yeah, that's about it. As you can see, I'm absolutely filthy, so I'm going to go and have a shower and then treat myself to a beer. See you in the next one.